Well, hey everyone, you're watching What Was That About? My name is Moses Khan. I'm joined here with Dr. Tony Saldano, lead pastor of All People's Church. Pastor Tony, how you doing?
I'm good. Welcome back, Pastor Moses.
Thank you.
Candace filled in for you,
That's
did a great
right.
job. But
yes.
You got her out of the chair. You're back.
I'm back. I'm back. No giggles to start off the program.
No giggles, right?
Well, listen, we want to talk about something that has been all over the news, all over social media. And I guess it's been about maybe 2 weeks that it's finally reached a conclusion, an end, and that is the Johnny Depp case with Amber Heard.
Pirates of the Caribbean there? Is that him?
Good movies.
Yeah?
Good.
Okay.
You've not seen them?
Maybe one.
Maybe one.
Maybe
Okay.
one.
Very entertaining, I would say. So this case it reached a conclusion. The jury came to a decision, and I think Johnny Depp won $15 million.
She won $2 million.
She won $2 million.
He won $15 million.
Yeah.
And she accused him of abusing her.
That's right.
But really,
yeah. So
she was the abuser.
Yeah. As it unfolded, as evidence came out,
right.
She abused him, and so
right.
This was what the lawsuit is about. Now there's so much out there that you can find, so much information. The case, I don't know if you ever saw snippets of it, but some moments were just
hilarious.
Yeah. Quite entertaining.
Yeah.
Quite entertaining. But we want to talk about that case specifically as it kind of relates to, this accusation. Now, what Amber Heard did was she it's not that she went to the police. She didn't go. She didn't, file a lawsuit. She just made an accusation. She just made a statement that she has suffered abuse in a relationship, and so all eyes were on Johnny Depp, and so he suffered in terms of his career, lost movies, lost contracts, and all of that. And years later, this case has now come and unfolded, and a verdict has been reached. But she makes a statement. She doesn't even mention his name, I don't think. And because they were together during that time, fingers are now being pointed. And he is now being treated, this is back then, as if he is completely guilty.
Yes.
No evidence, nothing has been submitted, no claims, none of that.
Yes.
But one accusation, and Mr. Johnny Depp is guilty.
Right.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think, first of all, the Bible talks about the accuser of the brethren. So who's the accuser of the brethren? Well, the devil. Not that Johnny Depp is a brethren per se. Right. But I think, Pastor Moses, we are living in the era of accusation.
Right.
And, the law states that you are innocent. You're presumed innocent until you're proven guilty.
Right.
Somewhere with the woke culture, with the Me Too movement, and this era of accusation, the moment you're accused of anything, particularly in leadership or if you're high profile, you are presumed guilty.
Right.
And now the onus is on you to prove that you're actually innocent. It's like the law has been flipped. But what's more concerning is that we have the court of public opinion versus the court of law. And I think then when we look at the Bible, the courts of heaven, or what God knows to be the truth. And somewhere, and here's what's very concerning is, well, first of all, the majority of people don't even care what God thinks.
Right.
Right? They would rather win in the court of public opinion. And it doesn't matter what the truth is, as long as you can come across as the victim.
Right.
I know that, and these are actors, by the way, so she shed a lot of tears. You said it was hilarious because, quite frankly, her lawyers were clowns, right? But it's all there to what? Manipulate the judge, the jury. It's all really for money and to destroy him. I mean, at one point, I think there were text messages about, you're the great Johnny Depp and you're going to go tell people that a woman abused you, right? Like, look how everything is being flipped on its ear.
Yeah.
And Pastor Moses, how quickly people want to jump on that accusation wagon. And you know what? That's the devil's playground. And we're seeing that even come into the church.
Right.
We hear about accusations against pastors all the time. Some of them are true. And some of them, would think the majority are not. A lot of times people are offended, disgruntled. They have, deep-rooted issues in their heart. And so leadership becomes very easy to target. And it's almost like, people have this like, I knew it, type of attitude.
Yeah. And, it's interesting where it's like people want to assume, the position of judge and jury,
Yes.
and no evidence needs to be given. And certainly truth is not even part of the equation. It's all about, what was said, what did we see? And so then your perception kicks in and then you begin to tell yourself, well, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Sure.
And so then you start accusing.
Biases, right?
Yeah,
So now
biases.
your biases begin to play.
Right. Yeah, your biases begin to play into that. And it was interesting as the case was unfolding, and there were things about even Johnny Depp about his drinking and drug use and all of that. And as I'm hearing these things, I'm like, oh, okay, sounds like maybe, yeah, that sounds like a person who'd be guilty of abusing,
Right.
The person they're with and all that. And so you have these biases,
Right.
and all sorts of things. But I want you to talk a little bit more about this culture of accusation, this culture where we just love to accuse. We just
Right.
love to accuse, and we'll pull things out from, I don't know how, the Twitter police now, and, we'll pull things out and we'll accuse and we demand justice for everything, even if it's not true.
Yeah, yeah. And I think it falls under, the season we're living in. Like, listen to what Paul said to Timothy. He says, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine.
Right.
So here we're not talking about doctrine, but listen to the illustrations that go with it. But according to their own desires, because they have itching ears, they will heap up for themselves teachers, and they will turn their ears away from the truth and be turned aside to fables. What are fables? Lies,
Right.
falsehood.
Yep.
And so now, whether it's with doctrine or in society in general, we have this great desire for lies. We have this great desire for falsehood. And, we have this great desire for the tabloids. People are just have this appetite, Pastor Moses, for garbage and for dirt and their biases that as we said earlier, the moment any accusation comes forth, well, it must be true.
Right.
We are on a very slippery slope as a society. My concern, though, is that it also comes into the church. Like, I'll give you an example. I was reading an article where this lady literally got up in the middle of a service to, quote unquote, call out the pastor on some sexual abuse that had happened 20 years prior,
Wow.
right? So here again, is that the place to bring something out like that in the middle of a service, to go up, grab the mic and say, here's what the pastor, did to me? Is it true? I don't know. But is that what the Bible is now teaching us? That, and of course, everybody, oh, good for you, and they applaud. They applaud that, oh, you had the courage to say and to do. It's like, well, okay, you had the courage to say and to do, because if something was done wrongfully to you, we should have place for that. But there are still ways, particularly in the house of God, that things should be handled.
Yeah.
And we don't want to play into the hands of the accuser of the brethren. And we don't want to be people, Pastor Moses, that have such a great appetite for garbage and dirt and tabloid information.
Yeah.
Do we want truth? Yes, we do. And let's get to the truth. And if people have done wrong, then, we have a process. Matthew 18 is a process where Jesus teaches us this is the way you will behave in the kingdom.
Yeah.
But it's almost this thing that is coming into the, into the church as well. And it just, it is pervasive. It is overwhelming. And people don't even understand that you're on the wrong side of the kingdom. I think this is why the Bible talks about the courts of heaven, that we have a God that is just.
Yeah.
And, his scepter is a scepter of righteousness. It's not that we're here to cover things over, but this fascination with accusation and the court of public opinion is very dangerous.
Yeah.
Because then the truth doesn't matter.
Doesn't,
what matters is who you can convince in this particular case that, hey, I'm abused. And in particular, I'm abused because I was a woman.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, this won't be very popular, but I'm wondering if the pendulum is now swinging too far to the other side. That the moment a woman makes an accusation, every man must be wrong and a liar. But I would just remind you that, even in the Old Testament, Joseph was accused of rape by a woman, and that was a lie. It wasn't true. And here again, I'm not trying to negate that people have been harmed, and I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that every accusation, Pastor Moses, is not true.
Right. Yeah. That's an interesting point because one of the statements she made after the case had been finished was that this isn't just a loss for her; it's a loss for women everywhere. Yeah,
and I agree with that, but not the way she's saying it. It's not. It's as a matter of fact, at the end of this whole movement, if you will, there will be more harm done to women. Not because she lost the case, but because you're a liar.
Yeah.
You made false accusations. And that's the thing that's going to come back and haunt women, because somewhere it's going to be, the majority of these things or a lot of them were just nothing but lies and greed and people that were after money or to destroy him. And we don't even know what the motive is. I mean, to destroy this man, right? That's what's going to harm the whole quote unquote women movement, if you will. And let me say this, and this here again, hey people, this is the word of God. This won't be popular, Pastor Moses, but Paul is very clear to tell us that Eve was deceived by the serpent and Adam was not. It's very interesting that in this era that we are living in, there is so much deception that is now occurring, right? There's so much deception. Why? If this is the era of Eve, guess what's going to be unleashed? And what's coming with it? Accusation, lies, falsehood. Here again, I'm not saying there isn't legitimacy to some. I repeat, to some. But when you have people like this lady that goes public and then finds, and then the findings are you're a liar and you have to pay these damages. You're gonna set women women that are honest back.
That's right.
And it's unfortunate.
Wow. I love it. So listen, focus on the truth. Let's bring truth back into our culture, back into our society, and make truth matter more than anything else. Pastor Tony, thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for your insight. Thanks again for joining us. Remember to subscribe if you haven't. Remember to leave a comment and to like and share this episode. We'll see you on the next one.